Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of The Crystal Goddess. It is October. It's the first episode I've got for you in October, and it's going to be quite an unusual month this month. Of course, we've got Halloween at the end of the month, which is always amazing. For me, this month is all about pumpkins. Pumpkins. Lots of pumpkins. Pumpkin pie, pumpkin risotto, pumpkin soup, pumpkin pancakes, pumpkin cake, pumpkin cheesecake, pumpkin everything. So if you have the love of pumpkins that I have a great month. There's also the meteor shower that we've got this month as well, which is a Draconids meteor shower, which is named after the constellation, which is the direction in which it comes from, which is the Draco or Draco constellation. I'd say Draco. Yeah, Draco constellation, which is the dragon. And it's not classed as a spectacular meteor shower. It's one that occurs every single year. But you know what? Any meteor shower is amazing in my eyes. Just love them all. You do normally get to see it just after the sun sets, whereas most meteor showers you see later on at night. So you get to see this after the sunset. Go outside. Fingers crossed, if it's a clear night, you should be able to see it. The biggest challenge you're going to have is the fact that we've got a given moon, which means it's going to be quite bright. So quite a few of the fainter meteors you're just not going to see at all. But if you can get out, and fingers crossed the moon's not too bright, and fingers crossed the sky is clear, you should see the comets at the peak, which is around the 6th, 7th and the 8th. Most places are saying the 7th, but it depends on where you are located in the world. Will depend on which night is the better one for you. So just after sunset, go out there. It's just really lovely to be able to see meteors in the sky and shooting stars in the sky at any point. But you should see on average around 5 to 10 of them an hour. Now they have been known to have 100 to 1,000 before, but they're not expecting that kind of a display this year. I think the last time they had that kind of a massive display of meteors was 2011, so a little bit of a while ago. Fingers crossed, you never know, it might happen, but get out there between the 6th and the 8th, have a look outdoors and see what you can see, and fingers crossed you'll be able to get a nice bit of a display. The other thing is we're quite close to Mars in comparison, or Mars is closer to us in comparison to what it is for most of the year as well, so it's going to be quite an interesting month in relation to the planets and the alignment of things. So I thought, rather than just talking about gemstones, it might be nice to do something a bit different. And I've got this fabulous little deck here of cards. If you are hearing noise in a minute, by the way, it is my cat getting comfortable. The angel cards, angel and gemstone guardian cards. Now one side is angel readings and one side is the actual stones themselves. So I'm just going to be using the stone side. It's done by Margaret Ann Lembo. And it's a really lovely pack. I do quite like using this. My cat is licking her toes right now. You okay, Mimi? Yeah, totally oblivious. So I'm just going to shuffle the cards. If you see me looking down here, I have written a list of the zodiac signs, because I know any more than about 4 signs and I'll forget where I am and reread things. So I've got a pen, I've got my list, and I'm going to read through them and tick them off as we go along. So let's see what the month of October has in store for you. And the reason I'm doing the zodiac signs is because obviously I can't do individual readings for you, although I would love to. But we've all got a zodiac sign. We'll see how accurate it is. So I'm going to cut them, and we're going to start off with Aries. You've got fluorite. There you go, you see that, fluorite? Which is indicating that you've been unable to focus on complicated tasks. It says you are an intelligent being, you love accomplishing things, and you have had this kind of a lack of being able to fulfill it. So grab yourself a fluorite, which will help to clear that sort of lack of concentration. Also, another stone that would be very good for this would be your clear quartz to help you to focus. So grab a fluorite and a crystal quartz, and let's see if we can make it a better month for you being able to focus on your tasks and your challenges. So that's Aries done. The next one is Virgo. Ooh, Virgo. You've got rose quartz, and it's related to relationships. It's asking whether, if you're single, are you ready for a new relationship? Maybe this is the month that you want to start going out and meeting, if you can meet. I don't know what the rules are anymore. Can we meet? Can we not meet? Online meeting, Zoom meeting, face-to-face, I don't know. But maybe it's time to start a new relationship. Or maybe if you're already in a relationship, you're wanting to improve the relationship that you have. Rose quartz is always a great one for that. So grab yourself a rose quartz, and fingers crossed this month is going to be full of love for you. Libra. You've got clear quartz, which indicates that you've had a little bit of haziness. It indicates that things haven't been quite clear to you. So clear quartz is, of course, a quartz for focusing, a stone for focusing. It's for clarity. So if you have been feeling that things haven't been quite as obvious as you wanted them to be, or quite as focused as you wanted them to be, get yourself your clear quartz this month, and hopefully that will help you along the way. The next one is Taurus. I've not done these in any particular order, by the way. I just listed them from what I could remember. So Taurus, you've got Tiger's Eye this month, which means you're a little bit jealous. You're a little bit jealous. You're a little bit of envious of someone else's good fortune. Or maybe others might be jealous of you. So if you are in the moment of feeling jealous about somebody else, it's time to take a look at why you're feeling jealous about that person, or what is it that they have that you want and you don't have, and take a look and see how you can change your life and make little tweaks to it to make things better for you, to make you feel happier with the situation. If you have other people who are jealous of you, then that's a completely different kettle of fish. My suggestion on that one would be to get yourself some shungite, to get yourself some black tourmaline, which would absorb the negativity that's coming from that jealousy from the other people. At the end of the day, you can't do anything about someone else being jealous about you, but you can do something about you being jealous over somebody else or what somebody else has. So Tiger's Eye is a good one for you. Grab yourself that. And again, I'm going to go back to the clear quartz. Get yourself some clear quartz, bit more clarity in the situation. And if you're not the one who's jealous and you think, well, maybe actually someone's jealous of me, tourmaline, black tourmaline, and also your shungite. They're very, very strong protective stones. So that was Taurus. The next one is Cancer. And you've got apophyllite, which is indicating you're not quite sure of a situation at this moment in time and you're looking for a better understanding. So this is suggesting that you actually open up to your higher self and that you allow the message to come through meditation. So it's really strongly advising that this month you meditate as much as you possibly can. Clear your mind, allow yourself to relax, breathe in and just listen to the messages that come through to you. So if you can get yourself one of these crystals, that would be a great one to sit and meditate with. If not, again, going back to the clear quartz, it's a great one in anyone's crystal healing kit. Or if you are wanting to have more of universal wisdom and psychic wisdom, I suppose is another way of saying it, then labradorite would be a good one to meditate with as well. So if you are in the star sign of Cancer, this is the one for you, my lovely. Tick that one off. Next one is Sagittarius. And this is Unakite, which is saying that you potentially have had some emotional upsets. And it's asking, are you able to swallow in speech bubbles what's happening in your life? It's indicating that you need to embrace your emotions. Because you have had emotional upsets, you might be rebelling against those feelings and not wanting to feel them. No one wants to feel bad about anything. But it's indicating that you should just take a time to allow those feelings to be and then let them go. because you have to acknowledge the kind of feelings that are there before you can release them. Otherwise you fight against them and bottle them up, and it's not good. And that's when you find it hard to swallow, because it's when things build up, it's just really hard to talk about it, to deal with it. Small things can set you off. You can be agitated, you can be on edge. This card's indicating that you should look at the food that you're eating. I'm going to suggest you also look at meditation as well during this month. I think this is a month for you to take time to you to kind of withdraw into a cocoon-like state and just nurture yourself. So yes, healthy eating is really important. Take some time to do things that feel good for you. Do you like having a bubble bath? Do you like going for long walks in nature? Those kind of things will really help right now. So if you are struggling, Unakite is a great one. Again, with any of these crystals that come up in your star sign, they're always great ones to either carry around with you or to sit and meditate with them for a little while. So that one is for you, Sagittarius. Scorpio, you've got Apache tears. Which indicates that you this month are grieving a loss. Now, the loss can be a person, it can be a thing, it could be a situation, it could be, have you lost your job recently? Have you lost a loved one? Have you lost your favourite pet? Have you lost your favourite shoe? Have you lost your... It goes on and goes on. But you want whatever it is that is missing is something that meant a lot to you. So Apache Tears helps you to release the grief. It helps you to come to terms with what's actually happened. It helps you to emotionally stabilise and to release the grief that you had. Whenever anyone goes through a grieving process, it's important that you see that grieving process through, because again, bottling things up is not good for you emotionally, it's not good for you physically either. So allow yourself to grieve, allow yourself to feel the sadness, feel the loss, and then in time, and they always say time is a great healer, it really is, in time these things will get easier, it will get better, but it's just a process that you have to allow to happen. So this is also indicating that through crying, through that kind of strong emotional release, you're allowing toxins to be released from your body as well. It says, feel the grief and allow yourself to cry. Release the toxins from your body, mind and emotional being. It's indicating that you should focus on your desired outcome and also understand that everything is temporary. So the feelings you're experiencing right now are temporary. Apache Tears would be a great one to meditate with again. So if you can get your hands on this one, this is a good one. If you can't get Apache Tears with a grieving process, I want to go to obsidian, a black obsidian rather than a golden obsidian, or jet. One of those two would be a good alternative to that one. Sorry, my throat's going in. I should have had some water with me really, but never mind. So Capricorn, so light. I'm pausing on this one because this is me. Capricorn. There we are, so light. So delightful. So this one's asking, are you experiencing physical inflammation? So that could be arthritis. You could get swollen ankles from water retention. You could have certain digestive problems. And it's questioning about, do you get issues with your headaches, with sinuses, or is there a situation in your life that is inflamed or turbulent? And I think the latter one is probably more accurate for most of us. It's indicating that you should use meditation again and aromatherapy. And this one's more aimed towards the turbulence in life. I can say, for me, that's an accurate card. There's a lot of things going on in my life right now which are not as smooth as I would like them to be, and they are quite turbulent in various different areas of my life. So this one is actually really good and very accurate for me. So I've got to meditate. I know I need to meditate more anyway, and use aromatherapy to calm and relax. Yeah, I couldn't be more. I couldn't say it better myself. So if you're Capricorn, join with me with your soda light in a nice bubble bath and some aromatherapy candles going. Oh, it'll be bliss. It'll be bliss. That's going to be a good October. So the next one I've got is Leo. Pyrite. The money stone, or one of the money stones. So it's asking, ironically, are you worried about money? Or have you blocked the flow of money into your life? It's asking whether you are willing and ready to accept prosperity into your life. And that's a really interesting question, because a lot of people, when they have money issues, they kind of go, well, why don't I ever have enough? Why don't I ever have enough? And that mindset actually blocks the flow of money coming to you, because you put yourself into a mindset where you can't see the opportunities that are ahead of you. A friend of mine once said, when you focus on getting revenue from one specific source and you don't see that there are other options, then once that source has come to an end, you fall and you don't see a way out. Whereas there are lots of people these days who are retraining. So if you have specifically trained in a role and you've done that role for a number of years and all of a sudden that role's not there anymore, there are alternatives. There are different ways to go. You don't have to continue with that job if that job is no longer useful to you, if it's no longer paying the way it used to pay, if it's no longer in existence. So are you willing to accept prosperity in your life? Take yourself some pyrite, meditate with that, and think about any angles that you can utilize, any skills that you might have that you've not yet used, any qualifications you might have that you've not yet used, any hobbies that you might be able to write information booklets on that could then be sold. All of these different areas can come into helping you create an abundance in your life. And I'm going to read the little bit at the bottom. So it says, you can earn unlimited income doing what you love to do. Use your skills and follow your dreams. Have confidence, believe in yourself and your ability to be successful. I think this is a very good month for you. Take the time to just think about it. Get yourself that pyrite and change your life and go for that dream. There we are. It's gonna be a good month for Leo. Pisces, we've got appetite. Appetite. So this is actually indicating that at this moment in time you are or have been feeling agitated. And again, it's mentioning that's something hard to swallow. That comes up quite frequently, doesn't it? Or has done. And are you having digestive difficulties? So this is indicating that, again, you should, very similar to the previous card that we had, you should pay attention to what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you're talking about, because the words you use have an impact. If you use negative words on a daily basis, your outlook on life is going to be a lot more negative than if you look at or use positive words. It's just like having that little voice in your head which constantly says, well, you didn't do that well, you didn't do that well, that wasn't good enough, that wasn't good enough. If you start to think that it's not good enough, then that's what you're going to believe, and then you're never going to be able to achieve what you want to achieve. It's also indicating that you should be looking at eating more wholesome foods as well during this month. Pumpkins. It's a nice month for pumpkins. Yeah, and once you kind of have a bit of a detox, think about things, start using more positive words and terminologies in the things that you do. Start thinking about and looking for the positives in things. If you find yourself stuck in a rut of thinking about negativity, think about the positives instead, and that should help your mindset. So Pisces, this month is a month for reflection. It's a month for changing your mindset, changing how you talk about yourself and situations, and see that positivity and welcome it into your life. Then I've got Gemini, which is smoky quartz. You see that one? There we go. And it indicates that your emotions are blocked at this moment in time. And those emotions that have been or are blocked are actually preventing you from moving forward in your life in whatever area that is. So like previous cards before have said, embrace your feelings, embrace your emotions, both the positive and the negative. It's really important. Like I said earlier on with the grief, feel that grief. You need to allow yourself to feel it, because if you bottle it up, it's just going to get worse. It's not going to help the situation. It will get worse. So allow yourself to feel that emotion. Just take a moment to say, do you know what? Today I'm feeling sad. I'm allowed to feel sad, and that's okay. Tomorrow will be a better day. And just allow that to happen. If it needs to happen that you cry, then cry. Just allow it to happen, and then release any anger and any resentment. This could be a good time for you to look at cord cutting meditations. Previously I've mentioned Doreen Virtue. She's got a fantastic one. I always fall asleep in it pretty much at the same point. So to me, that's indicating that it's a good one, because it's got me to a point where because I always wake up just at the end. So I'm clearly going through and cutting what I need to cut. So that's a good one to do. And I will be creating a cord cutting meditation at some point in the future as well, if you want to wait for that one. And it says, once you allow that release of anger and resentment, just watch how your emotions are transformed and allow yourself to receive the positivity and the happiness into your life. So unblock those emotions. If those emotions have been blocking your chakras and there are energy blocks, the crystal, apart from smoky quartz, obviously you need smoky quartz at this time, that's why it's been drawn, but I can highly recommend kyanite, which will just realign all your chakras and is great for you to speak your voice, and it's a good one for cleansing everything. If it's a heart block, if you feel like it's an emotional block coming from your heart, then I would recommend emerald in this case, because it's about you finding yourself, and that's a great one for self-love. So hopefully that will have helped during that. Finally, I've got Aquarius, and Aquarius is leopard skin jasper. And this one is saying, it's indicating that people around you have changed their tune, or maybe you have changed your tune. Maybe you've decided there's a different direction in your life that you want to go. Maybe you're changing your mind about a holiday. Who knows? But if you have found that you're changing your direction, just look at everything that you're going through at the moment. Think about the thoughts that you're going through. Think about the feelings that you're going through. Think about all these elements and make a decision as to which way you want to go. If you're stuck in the middle and you're wondering, do I go this way or do I stick with what I know? You need to look at all of the situations, do a pros and cons list, find out what's the best opportunity and the best solution for you. That's going to be a really good sounding board to decide and to help to move you forward. Leopard skin jasper is a beautiful stone. Meditating with that is really calming anyway, and it's great because it's got the multi-layers. It's got that kind of feeling where you're going deeper and deeper inside the mind and inside your persona to find out all these little things that have been blocked. So be flexible. Be flexible with your outlook. Be open to what you may be feeling and thinking. Explore new things. You don't have to make the decision straight away. It can be made at a later point. Just go with what's right for you. So that is my 12 crystals for the Zodiac. Obviously now I have to do the disclaimer where it is, I am not able to give life advice. This is for entertainment purposes only. You are responsible for your own decisions. I think that's what I have to say. There we are. Yes. It's for entertainment purposes only. I cannot give, and I'm not qualified to give life advice. And you are fully responsible for your own decisions. And I hope those have been useful for you. Mine was certainly very accurate. And I do need to take some time to just calm and release. And hopefully manage to get out there and see the meteors today or tomorrow or whatever day this is. Or if you're watching this in November, they've gone. I'm sorry, they've gone. They'll be back again next year in October. And enjoy October for all of its beauty. The leaves are turning colours. They're starting to fall from the trees. There's so much going on in the world right now that is beautiful, that is harmonious. So instead of focusing on all the negative, let's look at that. Let's enjoy the pumpkins. Let's enjoy Halloween. Let's enjoy the beauty of nature. And I hope to see you next time on The Crystal Goddess. Love to all.